All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the next witness is going to be appearing via Zoom. And Ms. Finkelstein, call your next witness.
Your Honor, we would call Bailey Pietrowski on behalf of Sean Gathright.
All right, Mr. Pietrowski, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Will you please state your name for our jury, or for the court reporter, and spell your last name?
Anthony Gathright Bailey Petrowski, Pietrowski.
Okay, and I've been calling you Bailey Pietrowski. Is that the name you commonly go by?
Yes.
And sir, what is your relationship, if any, to Sean Gathright?
I'm not related blood, but his grandmother married my grandfather. I spent a lot of my childhood around him. I knew him as a child.
So do you consider him kind of a cousin?
Yes, he is my family.
How old are you, sir?
34.
Okay, so Mr. Gathright is 20, so I assume you've known him your whole life?
Yes.
And where did you live at the time that Mr. Gathright was growing up?
Kentucky. I would go to Mississippi during the summer to see my family.
So how often do you think that you would see Mr. Gathright in your visits?
Younger years, once, maybe twice a year.
And what types of things, or in what capacity would you see him, like summer vacations, holidays?
During the summer, visiting family.
And with such an age gap, tell me about your relationship when you were younger and how that worked, since you are, a bit older than him.
As a baby, I remember him as a baby, holding him, seeing him grow up, just becoming who he was as a child.
Were you able to keep contact with him as he obviously got older and old enough to communicate on his own? Did you keep contact with him outside of those visits to Mississippi?
Not really, no.
Tell me about what you remember about him, just as his character growing up.
He was a very good kid, curious, always trying to start a business here or there, from his photography to his pressure washing. He always, a lot of energy. He was always trying to do good, but he was a very good kid.
Did you ever know him in the times that you were around him to get in trouble?
Never.
And you indicated you're aware of some kind of, businesses and business ventures that he was doing. Anything else that you can remember as Sean grew up regarding things that he was doing either in school or anything that you had knowledge of?
Not to my knowledge, no.
How was he with your family? If you came for kind of family events and summers, how was he with other family members?
I fit right in. He was funny. He would always joke around. I saw no issues out of him.
Did you ever know him to be violent?
No, never.
Did he have a good temperament, or how would you describe his temperament?
It was very good. He was always cutting jokes. I never saw him angry.
Are there any specific memories that you have that you can tell the jury about? Things that you guys either did together or that you observed while you guys were growing up?
I remember one time specifically, him and his sister recited a song together, and they sang it to me by the pool, and they had it down to a T. They did really well with it.
Was it like a little routine?
Yeah.
How were his interactions with your other family members when you were around?
I never saw any issues myself.
And I know that do you know Sean's father?
Yes, I know him. I know Tony or Mike.
Say that again?
Mike, yeah, I know Mike.
Okay. That's his biological father?
Yes.
Was he around when you would be around growing up?
Typically until he went into the Marines, and then didn't see him much after that.
what can you tell the jury about Sean's relationship with his father, if anything?
I wasn't there for anything, but I know it had some rocky roads, but I never saw any of it myself.
Because you didn't live close by.
Correct.
When's the last time, obviously, prior to this case happening, when was the last time that you had any contact or saw Mr. Gathright?
Talking about Sean or his father?
Yes, sorry, that was confusing. Yes, Sean.
I was down in Mississippi last year, and we would FaceTime him, and we would talk to him.
Okay, and what about prior to that? Prior to 2024 when this took place?
It's been a little while. I don't know the exact date. It's been a while, though.
So it'd mostly be talking, you didn't visit him much leading up to this?
No.
Is there anything else that you want the jury to know about your cousin?
He's a dedicated kid. He's very productive. He's intelligent. He was an exceptional child.
Will you continue to maintain a relationship with him if he is serving a prison sentence?
I would like to.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ross?
Don't go anywhere yet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Petrowski, you spent some summers with Sean Gathright, is that correct?
Correct.
And that was at his grandmother's house, Lisa Gathright, in Mississippi, right?
Correct.
And those summers that you were talking about, he was younger. It spanned from when he was a baby to when he was 11 years old, is that correct?
Around that time, yes.
And during that time period, you have described him as being pretty much a normal, healthy child. Is that correct?
Very much so.
And he had a very loving, supportive relationship with his grandmother during that time period, the summers where you were with him and spent time with him. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And as far as his relationship with his biological father, there is nothing about that time period that you yourself observed. Is that correct?
Correct.
I don't have anything further, Judge.
Okay, any of the other defense have any questions? Okay, redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. May this witness be excused? Okay, thank you, sir. You can log off from the Zoom.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, and who's your next witness?
Should have Maurice Edwards on Zoom.
Okay. Just went to let him in. I hope I didn't. Oh, there he is. Mr. Maurice Edwards, are you present? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you
Yes.
turn on your video? Okay, very good. The clerk, raise your right hand, the clerk's going to swear you in, okay?
Oh,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can put your hand down.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down, thank you. All right, you may proceed, Ms. Finkelstein.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir. Will you please state your name for the record?
Maurice Edwards.
And Mr. Edwards, let me ask, can you hear me okay? I know there might be like a little bit of a delay, but can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, great. Can you introduce yourself to the jury and let them know in what capacity that you know Mr. Gathright?
My name is Maurice Edwards. I am a school counselor at Julio College Prep, which is where I met Sean.
And do you recall what year or how old or what grade, I guess, whatever's easiest for you, Mr. Gathright was when you met him?
He came in as a 7th grader in 2017.
Okay. And in what capacity did if you're a counselor, in what capacity did you meet him? Is he like assigned to you?
As the counselor?
Yeah, so as a,
Yes, all of the boys are on my caseload.
okay, so tell us a little bit about that. What are your job duties?
So my duties, I assist with testing, I build educational plans or assist in the creation of those plans and the implementation of them. I provide personal, social, and emotional counseling, and academic and career advising.
So when you are introduced to Sean through that capacity, how often do you see him, and what are you doing, with him?
Initially, so I'll see students, it can be once a month, it could be bi-weekly, with Sean coming in as a later student, because typically our students start in 6th grade, and knowing that he was coming from a military family, I would see him a little more often, so at least once a week. And then some students, based on their needs, I might start seeing them a couple times per week, coming and having lunch and discussing whatever they might be dealing with, or just having a safe space to kind of just deflate and breathe.
Would you say that your work in the role, you're a school counselor, but it sounds like you're also kind of a mentor to these boys?
Yes.
And you mentioned that due to Mr. Gathright coming in 7th grade and being in a military family, that was a special circumstance that you took into consideration. Tell us a little bit more about that and why that was important.
Yes, students coming into Landon usually come in 6th grade. We only offer advanced courses. We also have a leadership course. With Sean coming in as 7th grader, he missed that first year. So coming from what we would consider a traditional middle school, we want to help get him acclimated to how things are here and get him caught up and make sure that he has the support he needs academically, considering that our classes here are more rigorous. As far as the military family, we do understand that military families can move pretty often, and that does have an impact on the child's academically and then emotionally having to move from place to place. So we take that into account as well.
Did he seem well adjusted to you, or how would you describe him when he first got there?
Kind of like any kid on their first day of school. It's a new place. I don't know anybody. I'm trying to see where I fit in. And he was a smaller kid. So a lot of kids may have thought he was in 6th grade, but he was in 7th grade. So trying to navigate that. So, but outside of that, once he started to get to know people, I introduced him with the group that I worked with. And that kind of helped him get comfortable and kind of find his place among the group.
Were there any other concerns or things that you took into account in your work with him, as far as, I know we talked about being from a military family, anything else about him in your work, focusing on his academics, safety, cultural things that you took into consideration?
Are we speaking initially or just during the time?
Yeah, I guess initially when you first evaluated him and began working with him.
No, not initially.
Okay, and what about later on?
Over time, I continue working with him, and I notice sometimes when children are multiracial, that they may struggle trying to figure out where they fit. Feel like they need to either identify with one side or the other, kind of confused at where they are in between. So I paid attention to that, trying to help him understand that it's okay having a piece of both worlds. Also trying to keep him focused on the academic growth and continue to push himself academically to do well. So I did kind of provide him some support academically to kind of make sure he kept up with this work and that he stayed on top of everything, didn't get behind if he needed help connecting him with people that can kind of support him in what he needed.
How would you describe Sean as a student?
He was an average to above average student, which I think is a big deal. Coming in as a 7th grader at a college prep middle school and being able to still make average to above average grades. Meaning if he went to a traditional school, he would have easily made like straight A's and maybe a B here or there.
So what exactly is a college prep middle school? What's different about that?
So the college prep middle school offers only advanced courses and allows them the opportunity to take high school courses at the middle school level. And then once they get to the high school level, they will continue that program if they so choose, taking advanced high school courses and being able to take AP, IB, and college courses.
Okay, so it sounds like they're kind of one step ahead, or can be.
Yes.
Was there any traveling or anything involved with the work that you did with Sean?
Yes, I am the international travel sponsor at the school, so that is something that Sean also took advantage of. So he had the opportunity to go to several countries while he was here, and that continued once he went into high school.
Okay, tell me about that. What does the program consist of, and where did Sean go?
So at the middle school level, it's just an international travel program. We did some trips with Education First, or EF Tours, and he went to Scotland, Ireland, France, London, and Spain. And then Jacksonville Sister Cities is another organization that's Jacksonville based, where it's a city-to-city partnership with Jacksonville. We call it twinning with another city in another country. So he had the opportunity to go to South Africa with that program.
And did you go on all those trips?
Yes.
What about any family members? Did they go on the trips with him?
His grandmother went to all of the trips except for South Africa.
Was a family member required to go on that one?
No, family members are not required to go on any of the trips, but it's open to if they would like to go.
Okay, so his grandmother, do you remember which grandmother? Maternal or paternal, or her name?
His paternal grandmother.
So that would be Lisa Gathright, if you recall?
Correct. Yes.
And what about his sister? Did she go on any trips?
She went on the trip to London, Paris, and Spain.
Did you encounter any issues with Sean when he was on those trips, behaviorally or acting up or anything like that?
Sean never really caused me any issues. I mean, but just like any kid, you might have to kind of remind them of things you need to do. My biggest thing is, getting up on time and leaving on time. But Sean had never been rude or disrespectful or anything like that to me.
And I don't know if you've already explained this, were any of those trips for ambassador type work?
That was the South Africa trip.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about that.
So with the Jacksonville Sister Cities, the students travel as ambassadors. So they are youth ambassadors, which is what he was going on that trip. And he meets with children from South Africa. They exchange culture, they discuss challenges that teenagers have in America versus what teenagers may have challenges with in South Africa. They learn different cultural customs. They learn a couple of their phrases, and they do their best trying to speak them. They get to see what their accommodations are like. And then they kind of just do some stuff to have fun.
What other types of things were done either in these countries or through your program that you think are helpful to tell the jury about, that reflect on Sean's work or his character?
Through this particular program, I can say that Sean developed leadership. He's able to be a self-starter and get things done on his own. He has a very sharp mind. He's open-minded. He's can be very kind. And that's just in the travel piece. There's a separate piece that he also did with me where he was volunteering. So he would volunteer in the community. We supported the suicide awareness program that was done every year. I want to say that's in October. We've done breast cancer awareness. We helped with that. We've been to Ronald McDonald House and provided meals. The Club White Mission does the same thing. They don't have to actually prepare the meal there, but they will help feed the homeless that are there. So they're serving plates and things like that. Trying to think of, he's come back to Landon a couple of times. I do I want to say a orientation for incoming 6th grade students where they learn the expectations of the school. They get some help on organization and time management, conflict resolution, things like that. And he was a part of those sessions, helping with the boys and helping to teach them what it's like and what they can look forward to and how they should be as students growing into young men.
Okay, he would come back and do that to help you out.
Yes.
How old was he between when you met him and when he was no longer at the school, but you still continued to see him? But in what years or ages?
In ninth, so he was here for 7th and 8th grade, and then in 9th grade, clearly he went to high school. But he wanted to maintain a relationship, which was perfectly fine. He valued my insight and guidance, so he and his mom would continue to keep me in the loop on things going on with him. If he had questions, I know I also tutored him as well.
When he was in high school?
Yes.
And up until the time that he was arrested for this case, did you still maintain a relationship with Sean?
Yes, he moved to Mississippi, and we would still talk every once in a while. He would let me know how things were going. I would check and say, make sure you're still doing good at school, what the grades looking like. So we would still talk every once in a while. When he came back, we still talk. We actually had, I think we actually went to dinner prior to him getting arrested. I want to say maybe a month or 2 months before, because again, I started traveling. So I saw him before, and we went out and talking and everything, and then I started traveling.
So you still maintained a relationship up to very close to the time of his arrest?
Yes.
Are you able to maintain a relationship with him now, or would you be willing to when he is sentenced to prison?
Yes, we still talk even now. I check in. I really try to encourage him and give him things to focus on. I'm still focused on his mind, and I want him to be safe and not harm himself. That's actually one of my biggest concerns right now.
And let me ask you, some of the trips that you went on, I know, and I'm not going to do it here on Zoom because I can foresee a disaster, but did you take photos and provide my office and the defense team with photos from those trips?
Yes.
Okay, and would those reflect things that you did while in these various locations?
Perhaps. I know some of them might be him when we're out and about, and he took. There's a picture of. I know. I'm thinking of one particular picture when we were in Ireland that I sent.
Okay.
So there should be quite a few, as well as his ambassador certificate.
And that's for what he got when he went to South Africa?
Yes.
I have a moment?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards, I have a follow-up for you. Can you tell us about a documentary that Sean was involved in making in 8th grade?
Like, that part of what might have been the symposium, that is part of, I'm guessing that's what you'll be referring to. So a part of the leadership program at Landon, students are required to make do a symposium project, which is them extending their leadership beyond the classroom, and they choose a global issue of some sort, and they interview experts in the field. They get information from students to kind of see what is currently going on, and then they come up with they call it a call to action to address whatever that global issue is.
What was the issue that Sean addressed in that symposium, if you can remember?
I honestly don't remember what his particular topic was.
Okay. Were you interviewed in that symposium, do you remember?
I don't remember. It's very possible that I was, because I get a lot of students asking me to interview, so it's very possible that he did ask me, but I don't remember.
That's okay. What do you want the jury to know about Sean and his character and what you remember about him?
He really is a really good person. I think he just got caught up in a whirlwind of, wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. But that is not who he is from the interactions I've had with him over the years. So I just want them to know that the image that has been, I guess, painted, that is not who he truly
Okay,
is.
yeah, okay. Ask the next question. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Thank you. Would you say that in the work that you were present for, the ambassador and the leadership, that Sean had a positive impact on the people that in the incoming students, and the people that he assisted?
Yes.
Do you think that's a quality that he could continue to do if he were to be sentenced to life in prison, or if he's in prison around other people, that he could still impact people?
I do believe that he could, yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, cross-examination?
Mr. Edwards, you provided strong mentorship for Sean Gathright starting in the 7th and 8th grade. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You provided him with support academically as well as some of his personal activities that he was engaging in. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And when you talk about this travel program where you're the international travel sponsor, you are part of that program, the educational aspect of that program, you are teaching them leadership skills. Isn't that true, sir?
That is correct.
You are focusing on what it means to be a good leader and values that leaders should possess. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And this program that you have testified about, that he participated in your travel program, you are telling us that he availed himself of this very beneficial educational travel program while he was with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
This is a program that not only allows him to travel internationally, but also learn about the cultural differences of people from different countries. Correct, sir?
Yes.
Part of this is it's educational, right? You are teaching them to respect religious differences and cultural differences. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
And what you have described is a program that benefited their participants by allowing them to travel all over the world. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
He received the benefit of traveling to London with you. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
The education of meeting with all those other people that he came into contact while over there. Isn't that true, sir?
You saying yes?
He's meeting people from other countries, interacting with other people from other countries as part of this travel program. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
You're trying to develop leadership and as well as leadership skills in dealing with other people. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
He was able to receive the benefit of traveling with you to Paris for another educational opportunity. Is that true, sir?
Yes.
I believe you also said he was able to travel with you to Spain.
Yes.
He was able to travel with you to South Africa.
Yes.
Able to travel with you to Scotland at some point. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
And all while availing himself of these beneficial travel programs, he also had the support of a loving grandmother who went with him during most of these trips. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions from any of the co-defendants? All right, redirect?
Mr. Edwards, just a couple more follow-ups. I think you indicated that although you had a relationship with Mr. Gathright to this day, your counseling with him was, or as his counselor, was through only 9th grade, right?
Through 7th and 8th grade.
Oh, I'm sorry. So he was not with you from 9th grade on.
Correct.
So although you had a relationship, it wasn't these scheduled meetings and traveling and things like that, right?
So he did travel in high school. Because of the pandemic, we had to push trips back. So he continued to travel in high school. But I was no longer his counselor because he didn't attend Landon anymore.
And did you ever have any concerns with him that would have, any reasons that they would get kicked out of these programs, anything like that?
As in like the travel program and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
I mean, or if
Is that what you mean?
yeah, if they misbehave or they do anything.
No, I didn't have any concerns about him getting kicked out because they go through a interview process with me. They complete an application, they write an essay, they have to interview and then be proven to or given the seal of approval to travel. And then there are monthly meetings to kind of continue to check in and monitor and make sure that they are holding up their end of the bargain. And with the South Africa trip in particular, going as an ambassador, they have to do a service project of some form. And whatever it is that they choose to create or make it is what they would give to someone once they arrive in the country.
If there were concerns with Mr. Gathright acting out or being violent, is it fair to assume he wouldn't be allowed to go on these trips?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
You described him as being kind. Can you give any examples of how you would say that he was a kind person?
Objection beyond the scope of cross.
Overruled, go ahead.
Can you ask the question again?
You described him earlier as being kind, and I didn't ask you what you meant by that. So if you could just let us know what you meant when you described somebody as being kind.
I look at kind as like he was always nice and respectful. Even in particular when I would interact with him, if there was like a misunderstanding, he was open to listening and hearing the other side, like truly listening and taking it in versus listening to respond. Okay. So he considered the other perspective and actually took it in. So I take that as kindness when you're willing to take in a different perspective other than what you see.
Thank you, sir. I don't have any other questions.
All right, may this witness be excused? Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Edwards. You can log off the Zoom.
Thank you.